Is the world driving you crazy? It seems like it's lost its mind. It's gotten so mixed up, convoluted. What's right? What's wrong? What's a lie? What's the truth? What's best? Hey, how about that? What's best? What's worst? What's the best diet? What's the best skin cream? What's the best car? Best place to live? Who's the best politician? Religion. No religion. Your life needs more than church. Oh, yeah. There are things that church can't give you that are only found in life. I'm Deacon Pete. I'm a retired military engineer and former deputy sheriff. I'm an author. I'm a pilot. I'm also a chainsaw carver. I'm a husband, a father, grandfather, and godfather. I've been an ordained preacher for over 20 years. This channel is intended to help folks from living a senseless, meaningless life that's going nowhere. I want to give people hope for living a fulfilled life. I call my approach the promise in the profane. Life is in the profane. And that's why this channel is called The Promise in the Profane. Up front, I'm going to apologize that I'm new to editing videos, and my editing skills are as good as my writing skills. So please excuse the poor editing in these videos. Fanus is the root word for profane. Fanus means little temple, it's Latin. And pro means above or away, outside of. So profanus, outside the temple. Okay, and that's where we are. You don't live in a temple. You don't live in a mosque. You don't live anywhere like in a church. No, we live and breathe and work out our lives in the profane. That's good. That's fine, because that's where all the stuff is. Would you rather go to church or to a barbecue? Really? Really? Would you rather watch a ball game with a beer and your buddies in your home, in your living room, or would you rather go to church? Right? Right. We know this. We're naturally made for this kind of stuff. We are people of the profane. It's okay that we like being outside of church more than church. That is just fine. Okay? Because outside of church is where you work out your life. And one of the things to keep in mind as you live your life it has a beginning and it has an end, right? Oh, beginning, end. Okay. A beginning and an end. All right. And your job is not just to accomplish that. It's not just to get to the end, right? It can't be. If you have a crummy life and you finally get to the end, you're kind of relieved. And that's no good. No. The purpose of your life is to fulfill it. You see, you are wonderfully weird. What I mean by that, not only are made up of your physical self, you are a participant in invisible stuff. There's invisible stuff going on in your life. The trouble with that is we get so uncomfortable that we busy ourselves with other things. And in that busyness of our lives, in order to distract ourselves from getting uncomfortable with church stuff or invisible stuff, our day-to-day routine threatens to become dangerously boring. And when it becomes boring, it devolves into drudgery. And drudgery devolves into depression. And we can't afford to let that happen to our lives. Our lives are not meant to be drudgery. They're not meant to be melancholy. Our lives are meant to be lived. They're meant to be exciting. They're meant to be fulfilling, right? Okay, how do we do that? Well, we have to look, and I'm here to help. We have to look at who we are, right? Because until we identify who we are, we don't know what fulfills us. You've probably got some regret, right? Well, regret is invisible, but by golly, it sure affects you. It affects your life now. It affects even the decisions you're making. Regret. What about sorrow? What about pain? What about love? You may not be a person of faith. You may be even an atheist. Why is there an inner voice that gives you pause, makes you hesitate from throwing a Bible away, or a Quran, or a Book of Mormon? What keeps you from dancing on someone's grave? What makes cemeteries so spooky? Because these things are invisible. We participate in them physically, okay, and invisibly. Visibly and invisibly, okay? This is how we are weird. We're unique. You are unique. A raccoon can't be more raccoonish than another raccoon. A raccoon can just be a raccoon. Cat can't be more of a cat than another cat. Not exactly what I had in mind, but part of it, right? Excuse me, sir. You, on the other hand, are a human being. You're not like other human beings, like a raccoon, cat. No, you are a human being, and you are becoming, if you're living a life fulfilled, you are becoming more and more human. That's right. You are not complete. You are a work in progress. In the process of becoming more human, then you are being fulfilled. And this invisible influence of people upon us, not cats, but people, fills us with more humanity, and we become more human. We are born with a natural dissatisfaction. We're born with a drive to find something else, to find something new, to find something exciting, to find some things that will, and actually, what we're searching for is stuff that will fulfill us. You see, I've been at it a long time, okay? To become more human in living our lives has a price. What's that price? We have to fill our lives with more humanity. We have to fill our lives with more people, with humanness. Humanness that comes from people. That's the price. That's the price. And there's a lot of people that I wouldn't bother filling my life with, the creeps. But there are good people. There are good people that you can seek out and fill your life with and become more human. There are good people not only in your present, but there are good people in the past that you can read. And see, when you make these people part of your life, it fills you with humanity. In our busyness that I talked about, in that busyness that we use to distract ourselves from the spiritual things, the stuff that make us uncomfortable, the invisible things. Well, in our busyness, what happens is that we don't leave ourselves time to ponder, to sit and think. We go on vacation, we listen to music, we entertain ourselves, we go drinking, we go partying, whatever. It's all still distraction. There's no sitting alone and pondering. It takes the mind off of our lives of purpose. It takes our minds off of the things we need to think about. And so, if you can't afford time to ponder, if I got a solution for you, come here. Come to this channel. I will show you things. I will give you things to ponder. Things that'll come up that you can think about at your leisure. You know, things that aren't so oppressive. We're going to look at things such as how weirdly we're built. You know, we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about time. Is it a blessing? Is it a curse? We're going to talk about where to look for the answers. Are they inside of us or are they outside of us? We're going to look at space. Is it just a plot or is it sacred? Like, for instance, do you recreate in cemeteries? No, there's something about cemeteries that make us uneasy. Sacred space. What about love? Love, is it a choice or is it a calling? Life, living life. Are you a passenger or are you a pilot? Right? Life outside of time. Have you ever thought of that? Life outside of the dimension. Time is a dimension. We'll talk about things like that. And none of this is like etched in stone. None of this is Deacon Pete dogma. Okay? These are things to ponder. Like, I'm going to give you a jawbreaker. And you know what to do with a jawbreaker? Well, you can't just swallow it. Nope. You can't crack it with your jaw. Nope. You have to suck on it and let it dissolve slowly over a long period of time. This is how you ponder things, right? Right. You are a work in progress. Be patient with yourself and just start on the right journey. I don't know how long you got. I don't know how long it'll take. I don't know if you'll ever reach any of your goals, but it doesn't matter as long as you got the direction. You know why? It's not the distance. It's the ride. It's not the distance. It's the ride. This life can be wonderful. It can be wonderful, but you have to be fulfilling yourself, choosing the right things. And you do that in the profane. Please come back to continue our dialogue and dance. You know how. Like and subscribe. See you on the flip side.